Hmm. Hello, all of you. Today we will discuss the essay of Bacon, which is entitled Of Truth. Right? The title of the essay is Of Truth. Now, from the very title, it is clear what he's going to say. He's taking a very, very common general topic, truth, and he's trying to tell us the importance of truth in everyday life. All right. So that's a very common topic. He always talks about common things which are applicable to everybody. All right. So the essay was first published in 1625, and it was the opening essay of that collection. And it deals with the nature, value, and pursuit of truth. And Bacon actually attempts to address the people who are skeptical about the nature and benefits of truth and honesty. He stresses on the importance of embracing honesty as the basis of one's uprightness. He deals with the value of truth, how valuable truth is. And he explores the nature, the importance of truth. And we have philosophical reflections also. And he is talking about worldly wisdom also, that you cannot tell the truth all the time. At times, you have to hide the truth. So, let us see the key themes of this particular essay. He begins with the definition and nature of truth, and then he comes to the human tendency to lie. Why people lie, why they don't tell the truth, why they don't believe in truth, and why they like to listen lies about themselves. That is explored. Okay, so he says that there is a human tendency to prefer lies over truth, despite truth being the ultimate good. He says that lies often, for the moment, give us pleasure and freedom, but they ultimately lead to shame and degradation. It's very simple. If somebody is flattering you, they're saying good things about you, which may not be true, but obviously we love to listen to such lies. Then he talks about the importance of truth. The other theme is he's talking about the importance of truth in religion and philosophy. So for religion, he talks about what Christianity says about truth. And actually, truth holds paramount importance in the Bible as it is linked to God's nature. It is linked to Jesus Christ, who always spoke the truth. And truth is the path of salvation. The Bible emphasizes on the importance of honesty, integrity, and speaking the truth in all relationships. A falsehood is seen as a distortion of reality and a hindrance to spiritual growth in the Bible. So those things are also mentioned in this essay, and he talks about the moral dimensions of saying truth. He talks about the ethical dimensions of saying the truth. So this essay has these themes. Now the opening lines. All right. He starts his essay rather directly and in a very dramatical way without explaining. So, the very first line, I want you to read the essay. I've shared the link also in the notes, all right, study material. So, the first line of the essay is, "What is truth?" Quoted, all right, said jesting Pilate and would not stay for an answer. This is the first line. He's not explaining anything. And we have to, literally search that who is Pilate and why he said this in a jesting way, as if it's a joke or something not at all important. Uh, so the line refers to the Roman governor of Judea, Pontius Pilate, who was passing the judgment on the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. So we need to know a little bit of history, why Jesus was crucified. The Jews complained about him. Jesus Christ was born a Jew, and he used to preach about the wrong practices that were coming in Judaism, the new practices introduced. So he taught people to be pure, not to lie, and a lot of things which went against the present day practices of Judaism. So the Jews complained about him to the governor, who was basically a Roman. And they said that this fellow is talking bad about our religion. So a case was registered, and Christ was called, and the judgment day came, and Pontius Pilate was presiding over the case. And when Jesus said that you don't know the truth, so he says, what is truth? I don't care about truth. This very thing, I don't care about truth. Why we don't care about truth? Because actually, uh, to find out the truth, it's a very difficult task. It's not easy. All right. For years, we have been doing something in a particular way. We have been told by authority, by tradition, by society, by religious text that this should be done and this is not to be done, and you have to be like this and you are not supposed to be like this. So to accept it is very easy. You don't have to do anything, no burden at all. But to find whether those things are actually right or wrong, truth actually is to find out the difference between right and wrong also. All right. So a lot of it takes a lot of effort. First of all, you have to question. All right. You have to question that this has been said. I'm supposed to do this. Is it right? Does this happen? It was believed earlier in the Middle Ages that the earth was flat and the sun was revolving around the earth. And that was a very common belief in Europe. So somebody found out, somebody doubted it, isn't it? Somebody had a doubt that it is told, it is written somewhere, but what if it is not right? So somebody made an effort and somebody found out that the earth is not flat, it's a sphere. And then somebody found out that the earth is revolving around the sun and it is not the other way around. All right. So it takes a lot of effort to find the truth. And when you have found the truth, then you cannot believe in the lie. So it's a sort of a burden on your soul. It's a sort of a burden on yourself that now you know it. And for truth, for finding out the truth, many a times you have to face a lot of problems. You have to face society. You have to face your own people. You have to revolt against tradition. So it's a very, difficult thing to do. So most people accept lies. How beautifully, by giving the example of Pontius Pilate, he's saying it. Why would he find out the truth when he wanted to have good relations with the Jews? He could not afford to have some problem with the Jews. So he simply was not interested in the truth. Oh, they told me this. I'm going to believe that because that's the easy path. So this is the opening line. Bacon opens his essays like this. He will just throw a statement at us. And he wants us to understand and analyze. Okay. So this is what he's saying. And he goes ahead and he says that falsehood is very appealing. Fakeness, it's very appealing. It gives a lot of pleasure. And he explains it with a lot of similes and metaphors, and he tells us why people lie. First is gain. Okay. Merchant can lie. Okay. They lie for gain. When you buy something from somewhere and you ask the shopkeeper, is it of good quality? He'll definitely say, yes, sir, that's the best thing you can have. All right. Maybe it's not even good. So they lie for gain. Understood. Poets lie for entertainment. All right. They entertain us, and they create an imaginary world, a beautiful world which doesn't exist. That's a lie, but that's for entertainment. Okay. That also is acceptable. But what about those lies which are told for the sake of lie and not for entertainment and gain? We flatter people with lies to get something, isn't it? He's saying that a mixture of lie definitely adds pleasure. Somebody is talking good about you, and there are lies in it. We are happy to listen to flattery. We are happy to listen to all these things, definitely. But habitual lying, that's not good. That's what Bacon says. That, okay, a merchant may lie, a poet may lie. Once or twice, you may flatter somebody or tell a lie. But if you're doing it again and again and again, then it's going to create a very bad reputation for you, isn't it? He says that a person who is truthful is valued, is honored, but a person who lies once, twice, thrice, and that becomes a habit. And he's known as a big liar later on. How many times? I mean, how can he hide that thing? So we should not lie for the sake of lie. If you are a poet, go ahead. If you are a merchant, okay, you may lie. But if you are continuously lying, you will be called dishonest and deceitful. All right. So this is what he's saying. And falsehood is wicked, and it is a serious sin in Christianity. But lies appeal to us a lot. Now, see how many of us are influenced by a lot of advertisements. Advertisements on the internet, television, this, that. Most of the advertisements are not true. They are lies, isn't it? Take an example of any beauty product, hardly works, isn't it? Beauty is basically genetic, mostly. And the beauty product or anything, it says that, okay, this will make your skin like this will make your hair like this. It doesn't work. It's a lie. But we love to listen to that and we buy those products. Right. So, what are his views on truth? He says that truth is the supreme virtue, as per religion also. Right? It is the best thing, the sovereign good of human nature. And he says, now he makes a comparison. When you read the essay, you'll find it. He makes beautiful comparisons. He makes a comparison between truth and lie. Truth is like bright daylight, sunlight, that reveals things as they really are without hiding anything. No decorations are there. And falsehood or a lie is like candlelight. Candlelight, anything under the candlelight looks beautiful. All right. More glamorous, attractive. But the actual things, you can hide a lot of things, in dim light. Then he compares truth and falsehood to a pearl and a diamond. Diamond shine only in light, in colorful lights. Okay, you'll throw a light, only then it will shine. Otherwise, Otherwise, if it's not even cut, then the cut and this and that, and the light thrown on the diamond makes it shine. But when you look at a raw diamond, no shine is there. But pearl, pearl looks beautiful in daylight as well as in any light you put it. So pearl is like truth, and diamond is like, he compares diamond to falsehood. And he says that if you are truthful, you will be morally stable. People like truthful people. It enlightens the human soul. Truth can lead to clarity of thoughts and understanding. Truth is understanding what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. And if you have that understanding, definitely you will be morally enlightened. A man who understands all this is an enlightened soul. It offers moral stability. How to find truth? Well, he compares it to a noble love affair. All right, difficult, but not impossible. The inquiry of truth, the initial stage, when a lover is approaching the beloved. That's a difficult part, the approach part. Okay. That is when you question something and you try to find an answer. The initial part, you're trying to woo your beloved. You want to know whether he or she is interested in you or not. Then comes the part where you actually find out the truth. Yes, okay, he or she is also interested. Then you two come to know each other. That's the second part. All right. You talk to each other. You come to know each other in a better way. So you're making efforts to understand truth. And then you're married to that truth and you live a happy life. So he compares it to a noble love affair. There, this particular essay has a very didactic tone. Okay. We see Bacon combining a lot of philosophy, a lot of religious morality in this particular essay, especially the skeptics. Okay, the philosophy of skepticism. Skepticism is a philosophical school of thought that questions things. Okay, they question the beliefs. A skeptic is a person who doubts everything and he finds the truth himself. So that philosophy he discusses in detail. The skeptics, we know that they were the ones who were the first ones to question religious beliefs and religious dogmas. Then they were responsible for many important developments in science and philosophy and religion also. They inspired a lot of social movements also. When you question some belief of society and you find out that it's wrong. So social activism, the social activists, definitely they have questioned something, some old belief, and they have found out that it's all wrong. Now as they have understood it, they will stand by it. All scientific developments happen due to skepticism. So he discusses a lot of skeptics, how we need to be skeptic. We should never, just believe in something because it is written in the scriptures, it is told by authority, it may be false. Okay. And he says that truth is divine. And here he gives the example of, he takes an example from the Bible. He's not explaining, he's simply telling Genesis, all right, how it happened. So the Genesis, how the world was created by God in 6 days. It's a chapter, I think it's the first chapter of the Bible. And the first thing that God created was light, right? So that we can see through darkness. When we talk about light in a symbolic way, the opposite of light is dark. So darkness implies absence of light or absence of knowledge. Light is related to knowledge, isn't it? So the first thing that God created was light. The light of sense, where you can see that here there is light and here it is darkness. And the last thing God created was the light of the human mind. He enlightened the human mind. So, we all know that the human mind is the most developed mind of all the animals. We are the ones who can differentiate between right and wrong. We can understand. We have more emotions. We are why we are better than animals because of the size of the brain and our capacity to think. So this is bestowed on human beings, and God has given us that special power to find out the difference between right and wrong. So he links truth to religion. God is associated with light. Devil usually is associated with darkness. Whenever you see the picture of Jesus Christ, he wears white clothes. And when you see devil, the black clothes, somehow it is representing darkness. And truth, it is truth that brings peace to your soul. Okay, so let us now examine the language and the style of the essay. As I've told you in the earlier lecture also, the style is aphoristic. Aphorism, we know. Very briefly, he says things. He will use the minimum words to convey his thoughts. Not a single word is wasted in Bacon's essay. Every word is important. He selects the words in such a way. And he has the knack of writing very brief and witty lines. And he uses a lot of metaphors and similes, as I told you, light and darkness. He compares truth and falsehood with alloys, the pure gold. He gives the example of gold and silver. A pure gold, 24 karat gold, is very, very soft. You cannot make ornaments with pure gold, but you mix copper in it. And then it becomes strong, hard, and malleable. So that copper is like a lie. You're mixing in the truth. Okay. Its strength increases, but its value decreases. Pure gold is the costliest. The more copper and other things you are mixing in it, its value is decreasing. So we have beautiful comparisons and in the essay. And allusions. You are going to find so many allusions, references to Greek, ancient Greek philosophers and writers, and Roman philosophers. Seneca is his favorite, and he takes from the Bible, he borrows from history, and he gives allusions. All right, and he uses a lot of similes and metaphors. Now, the relevance of this essay. This essay is very, very relevant today because we are literally living in a fake world where we don't know what is true and what is not true. Fake news, we all know what it can create in society. And there is falsehood all around us. So, it is an age of misinformation. And this essay is highly, highly relevant now. Find out the truth. Don't believe in things just because someone is telling you to do so. Okay? So it encourages ethical journalism, education, personal integrity, and it teaches us to value truth in a world of manipulation. It's a beautiful essay. I think You should read it. I have provided the link in the study material. All right. So now I'm stopping and I'll be uploading the summary